What's going on, guys? This is Poem here with Late Night Gaming. I've got um, a video here for you guys. I'm going to be playing two-handed. Two-handed solo. And so I've only played a couple of games ever in my life two-handed, and I like to joke. I usually have my teammate McBobber there to kind of babysit me. But I think two-handed is an interesting way to approach this game. Even two-handed solo. I think playing with two players is kind of the sweet spot for this game, and it makes for interesting even deck building when you can be trying to actually if you're trying to deck build for a two-handed solo. It makes for an interesting deck building experience because you can build each of the decks to try to complement each other. So I went ahead and I have a Captain Marvel leadership deck. This is pretty generic Voltron style leadership deck that also incorporates the good allies in addition to the Voltron allies. So you'll see here I've got Ronin, Giant Man, and Iron Man, and each one of those characters has one of the each of the upgrades that are designated for them. So the order that these guys come out will be the order that they start getting the upgrades. And so as the game progresses, I'll continue to build them up. And what's different in here is you're not running call for aid. You're just being patient. And when you get these guys, you're going to want to play them. So you also, because you're not running call for aid, you can play some other pretty good dudes here. Ant-Man, Stinger, and Falcon, who are also Avengers, but again, you want them in your deck because they're quality. So we've got just rounding out the deck here. It kind of builds itself. So these things that you could try to go to rapid response, maybe if you really like this card, and maybe try to cut this Tricelion. It gets a little awkward though once you get these permanents down. If you want to be able to play your Nick Fury or other allies. Obviously, Stinger doesn't count because he doesn't count against your ally limit, but once you get set up, you're still going to want to sort of be able to do the chump block sort of play. So I think the Tricelion is an important card. So going through, you've got your ramp cards. There's room in here for the Quinn Carrier. And then obviously Nick Fury goes in most decks here. He's just fantastic. And then you play First Aid and Honorary Avenger with the other basic cards. These are intended to give these guys additional activations. Now, pairing this with a leadership character is pretty good because of the med teams. So the med teams can heal 2 off of these allies and allow them to continue doing their thing. Now, the reason this is so good is because, for one med team counter, you're getting an additional activation out of these guys. And if they're fully built up, an additional activation could be the equivalent of 3 thwart and a damage, or 4 damage, or in the case of Giant Man, it could be 6 up to upwards of 6 damage if he's got fully loaded. So one med team counter for 6 damage, and it's a pretty good trade-off. The other cards you want in here are Muster Courage, and what's interesting is you can actually put Tough on these guys. And in theory, if they have Tough, that can soak up a consequential damage, so it's an additional activation. It's just another way to increase that, to lean into that strategy. And then obviously just Brother Voodoo's actually pretty good because he can get you into first aids. But I just spammed the rest of the allies just to fill in 40 cards. And you can see power protection works here because everything is expensive. And this is so part of why I'm using Black Panther. Okay, first of all, you kind of want a 40 card deck here, and because this is like a 50 card deck. This is actually 50 cards here. You actually want a 40 card deck because you want to be cycling through to get these med teams and first aids like as often as possible, right? So you kind of don't want a big deck here in the protection aspect as the support. Now, if you're then thinking about that, well, which characters also benefit from having a 40 card deck in a multiplayer game? So there's a character, Black Panther. Obviously, Iron Man does. You know, he wants to find his. Iron Man wants to find his suit, so he doesn't want a bunch of extra cards in there in his deck, sort of clogging that up. So because he wants to find all of his tech upgrades, right? Unfortunately, Iron Man is one of the allies here that you're wanting to run, and so you can't run him. You know, obviously I haven't explored all the other avenues of characters that really, really want a 40 card deck. I think that there's not very many actually, where it's like just fully justified to run 40 pretty much every time. But I think most people would agree that Iron Man and Black Panther in particular you're going to want to run 40 card decks because you want to find their upgrades. So with Black Panther, you want to just get his suit down. So strategically here, if you think about the way that this game would play out, Black Panther is going to start the game off like he normally would. Like he's going to set up, the setup ability will get him one of his upgrades. You know, maybe he can draw another, he can get one from Shuri, something like that, to where he wants to focus on getting himself set up with his suit so that he can do Wakandas and stuff like that. That's the other thing with Brother Voodoo I forgot to mention, is that he can find you Wakanda Forevers. So that's another positive for Brother Voodoo. So then early in the game, you're working on getting his kit set up. And then later in the game, his role shifts to obviously getting the med teams down. The med teams don't have to come down right away because these guys, you know, they can get Honor Avengers down. They have initial starting health. They can, you know, they don't need the med teams right away, but eventually they're going to need the med teams. So I think if you drew med team early, you really wouldn't play it unless you had like power of protection and like nothing else to play. You really don't need it right away. You're really kind of going for to get his suit, and it's pretty much all in on that, like you normally would with Black Panther. So I think that's kind of cool about this, is that you don't really have to make Black Panther play in some sort of a suboptimal way in order to facilitate this strategy. You can just, you know, Black Panther gets to get set up, and then he plays a support role from that point on. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to try this out. I haven't played with this pairing yet, and we'll see how it goes. So I've got a Crossbones set up here. He's got just the modulars that are called for in the 1A. So he's got Weapon Master, Hydra Assault. I believe they errated for Hydra Assault instead of Hydra Patrol, but I'm not 100% sure. I did put Hydra Assault in there, and then Legions of Hydra. So this could get a little crazy, and so hopefully I've got good enough decks to deal with this encounter, because this is going to be pretty difficult. Crossbones is no joke. And we've definitely got the Expert going as well. Now, I can almost guarantee you, without anybody else here to guide me, that there's going to be some misplays and some mistriggers and things like that. And my vibe and my hope is that some people, that's going to be what they are going to want to comment on. Message me, hey, did you forget? You forgot this. Carol Danvers, you forgot to draw a couple times. It's like, hey, it's going to happen. So I'm just going to embrace that. So the way that this is, I've learned to kind of play with this is, let me actually switch to, so if you ever wanted to play two-handed on our mod, one thing you could try is, so you're going to want to draw these cards first. So you draw these, and then you can just move them over like this. Actually, I messed that up. I need to go like this. Need to fix something here. Tools, apply. And then you go to zones. And you go to hands. And then you change this one to blue as well. So you got 2 blues. Okay. Then you draw and it goes into this one, but then you can just move them over and you'll be able to see them too. So it's a little trick. And then here we go. I'm going to draw. Now you draw this one next. So I'll do mulligans. So I got a giant man, which is pretty good. And it looks like I'll just play the giant man and then give the card draw over here, because the way the math works out, I can't really reliably get a 0 cost card. So that's probably what I'll do, and I think I'll keep my cards. Now coming over here, Golden City is just absolutely fantastic here. I know I'm going to pay for Golden City and Tactical Genius, and so technically I could mulligan some of these cards, but I'm wondering if maybe I keep, let's see, he's gonna get me one more thing. I could ditch some of these cards, but I think I'll just keep, and we'll just kind of see how this works out. Okay, so let's go ahead and have, so I'm the first player here, and I'm going to use my commander to have, so actually we're in setup now. Okay, so now it's setup before this happens. So Black Panther is going to go get an upgrade. And so the ones I like, I don't think Crossbones has too many minions, but there is Legions of Hydra. So yeah, maybe we do this energy dagger. But I also like the one that heals me. Move to. Let's go with that one. I do like the one that does 4 damage as well, but I think this one's pretty good. All right, so we did that. Now we're going to use Commander, and we're going to allow the card to be drawn here. Oh, wow. This is getting crazy. Okay, so if I... Yeah, this is going to be really tricky here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, if I don't play Golden City, then I can get my 3 upgrades, but then I won't have Golden City. If I play Golden City, I'll draw 2 and I'll have an odd number, and then I won't be able to play one of these upgrades, but I will have Golden City. So it's kind of interesting what my this decision point. It's really hard to turn down having this crazy setup, but Golden City is also really crazy. So this is a pretty interesting decision point. I guess it's not quite his turn yet. He just got the setup, and then he got the commander. So he should have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cards. Yep. Okay. So we go to Giant Man here, and we'll see what is going to happen here. So Giant Man comes in. He can hit for a bunch. I don't usually like doing that. Going to take a bunch of damage here. Could stay an Alter Ego. So the top card was this laser rifle. That's what we've gotten so far. Is there any way to get rid of this gun? Yellow and red. No, I don't think so. I can't say no to the Golden City, guys. I'm just too greedy. I just can't do it. So Golden City. Oops, I did forget that. Oh, I got a 2 resource card. So that just saved my bacon, right? Because now I can do everything I want. It's also hard for me to not play Mansion because I like it so much. So I could, but yeah, I just can't. I just can't play the Mansion. So 6 money, I play the 3 upgrades. So pretty good start. And then I think I probably want to flip just because I want to not be in the same form the whole time for both guys. Although Golden City is pretty crazy. interesting. I think I will flip. And then hit for 2. All right. So I like saving the giant man. I mean, people give me crap about that. But, like, I don't need to rush down this boss. Like, I got no reason to do that. Like, he's not going anywhere. I gotta be patient. And so if I can save his attack and be able to really like clean up a minion that comes out right now, I think that's better. So 2 threat, he'll scheme against me, and he will advance. So he gets 2 here, or 4 here. Okay, so he advances. All right. So we are going to reveal the top card. We got that thing. Now he's going to attack Black Panther. I think he's just going to he could defend. It's reasonable. So I have the Wakandas to do a bunch. It's going to be hard to play daggers and Wakandas, but maybe I can flip and then I think he wants to take some damage so that he can move damage. You know what I'm saying? How that works? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we need to do machine gun. So let's machine gun first. Okay. So I take 2 damage. And then there's going to be a big attack here. I'm kind of nervous about that. I think I will defend. And so he hits for 3, 4, 5, and I defended. So I take 3. I just didn't want to take too much there. He gets retaliate 1. And that I don't get to retaliate, I think, is what range does. Freaking keywords. I wish I knew. I guess I could look that up in the rule book and just be a noob right now. There's piercing and range. So piercing gets your tough. Range, I think, ignores retaliate, and that's what War Machine has. So I don't think I can retaliate the boss on that attack with Black Panther. So now I do encounter cards. This is actually at 0. My bad. Okay. Raid the armory. So we're going to give him a weapon. So it's insight 1. And we're going to see if we can get him a weapon here. Still no weapon. I don't know if he has one in there because he's got the machine gun here and the other ones haven't been discarded yet. So this might just be like get an acceleration token, basically. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, he did get the knife. Okay. All right. Oh, well, there's one of those again. Is this a weapon? Yep. Look at these. Look at all these, dude. Oh my god. Okay. All right. So now we shift to the first player. And so let's think this through. I've got a pretty playable turn to do the 2 Wakandas, flip, draw 2, and then just drop the energy daggers. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't see any logical reason to do anything but that other than to try to get rid of some of these items, which could be good. Yellow, so I mean I could get rid of it there, give him the card draw, still only gets a 1 Wakanda. I don't really need too many Wakandas here. It's really tricky. I kind of want to get rid of some stuff. So what am I most concerned about? Obviously the retaliate 1, yellow, blue. Yellow, blue. And then this is red, blue. Okay. Red, blue. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but... So yellow, blue. It's going to get rid of this one. And then red, blue. It's going to get rid of that one. I don't think I care about range. Okay. And then I'm going to flip Golden City to draw 2. Oh my god, Vibranium. That's perfect. I can't play the Honorary Avenger, unfortunately, because I'm no longer an Avenger. That's a tricky one. So I'm going to drop Energy Daggers, and that's the end of that turn. So coming over here, we still have the ability to draw. So that's pretty good right there. So it looks like my options here, I mean, I kind of wanted, it's weird, I kind of wanted Stinger to be, I mean, I can still get Stinger, it looks like. Maybe hold Tricillion, it looks like. So what about, yeah, I could flip, draw a new one. Okay, what about getting rid of more stuff? Blue, red, yellow, red. Is there like the same upgrade? That's weird. Okay, so I want Iron Man. And then I kind of just need to play Stinger to get be a blocker for when I flip, I think. So, and then maybe hold Tricillion for next turn. That's my plan. So I'm going to play Iron Man. I can then play this on him for free. And then I can conversely play this, actually pay for this suit on Giant Man if I wanted to, but I don't, yeah, I could do that. I would lose Tricillion, which I like. I do like Tricillion, guys. So I'm going to play Stinger. I think I'm going to flip because I have a blocker now. And then Iron Man will thwart for 2. And then there's no retaliate left. We got rid of that. And so we decided we were saving Giant Man. So we're going to hit for 3. We're going to hold the Tricillion. The question is whether we're going to hold the Honorary Avenger, and I think we are actually going to hold Honorary Avenger here. So then we draw 5. These come over here. And then we draw 4 on this side. Everything readies. So taking a look at our hand, we got the 2 Wakandas, which we like. Muster Courage is Dees. It's really going to be interesting to see what ends up transpiring here. We're going to draw a few more cards as well. Looking over here, we got some interesting plays. It's probably going to be, looks like maybe a rapid response and Tricillion, and then a Power Gloves on Iron Man. That would appear as if that would be our turn. Okay. So coming over here, villain's turn. He gets 2 threat, and he's going to scheme against T'Challa for 3. And then he's going to attack Captain Marvel. He's going to machine gun her first for 1. And then he's going to attack her, and Stinger will block. And Stinger will very much die. And then we will do encounter cards. Hail Hydra. So it looks like we're going to be searching the encounter deck and discard pile for Hydra minions. So There's the... I see Hydra Bomber in here. He's not being revealed right now. When revealed, he's being put into play. So technically those things are different. And so I think I can reasonably deal with this guy. Okay. All right, so we got this guy. He's going to quick strike me. What a jerk. He's going to hit me for 2 there. Okay. So it looks like original plan. We could also see, maybe we could get rid of some stuff. I mean, we won't get the rapid response. We might be able to get rid of one of these instead. We'd have to overpay a little bit for the Tricillion, but I think that's okay. So I think we're going to do that. I just want to keep getting rid of these things. So it's a hero action, and we're currently a hero. So we're going to get rid of, I think these are the exact same upgrade technically. So we're going to get rid of one of those. We'll play Power Gloves for free on Iron Man because he gets a discount on upgrades. And we'll play Tricillion. And then I just want to start waxing these guys. So this is why I saved my Giant Man. He's giant right now and just starts kicking some butt. And then we can do 2 here and kill that guy. I don't really have a way to deal. I guess there is a way to deal 1 with Wakanda Forever. So we will put 1 right there. And then I can thwart for 2. All right, let's take a look here. This is yellow, red to get rid of that. So we would need to use one of our Wakandas and like a Black Widow. So I think we want to actually flip here with Captain Marvel. And then we'll use Commander to allow T'Challa to draw a card. Ooh, Iron Fist. I like Iron Fist. So some of my goals this turn would be, I like these Honorary Avengers, obviously. I do like Wakanda Forever, but like we're doing pretty good right now. So like we don't have to go too crazy with Wakandas, but they do like heal me and stuff. I think probably maybe even just doing like 1 Wakanda is probably good. So a yellow and a red would get rid of the gun. So let's see here, a yellow and a red. So let's say we did these 2 or something like that. Let's say, I don't think we can afford Iron Fist from what I'm seeing here. I think we're probably going to end up, we could use a blocker. I think I'm probably going to end up playing Black Widow. So yellow and red is going to get rid of the gun. And then we're going to do Wakanda Forever. And then, oh, we have Golden City. Oh my God, there's a reason we played Golden City. Right, guys? For moments like this. Now we can do whatever the heck we want, man. So I like Iron Fist a lot. He's one of my favorite guys. I like him. The other cards I like are Honorary Avenger. 2 Honorary Avengers and a First Aid are like almost the same thing. It's like pretty similar. So whatever. I guess we want to play a First Aid. We want to do 1 Wakanda. We need the yellow. Interesting, these Wakandas are different symbols. So, all right, let's go through this. We get rid of the gun, yellow, red. We'll have to flip for that. I think we're actually ready to flip right now. Okay. Although, maybe I recover. I know I have Wakanda, but I think I'm going to recover, actually. Let's recover. And then I will flip. Let's go ahead and get rid of the gun. Now, I want to do 1 Wakanda for sure. I would like to also play Iron Fist. So let's see what that ends up playing out. Like, I need 2 money for the iron, 2 more money for the Iron Fist. And then 1 more for the Wakanda. I have enough for an Honorary Avenger. Okay, that seems reasonable. So let's go ahead and do that. We're kind of banking on seeing like med teams cure pretty soon because we're kind of built up. This is the original plan, right? We're going to need to start healing these guys soon. But I think they're okay for a little while. So we got Iron Fist. He's got the 2 counters. He's going to be able to do some stunning of the boss, which we like because the stun is very powerful when he's got the machine gun and all that crap. And then we can do a Wakanda Forever. So we know we want to do the thing where we do 1 damage to the 1 damage with the daggers. So I exhaust these. I know I'm not supposed to, but I like to. So we'll kill that guy. The other thing I want to do a fair amount of right now is the 2 thwart. So I'm going to probably do that at the end. So I only need to move 1 damage. That heals me 1. I do 1. I deal 2. And then we'll do the 2 thwart. Iron Man or Iron Fist, when he attacks, you remove a counter, he takes a damage, and then you stun the boss. And then I have Honorary Avenger, and it's going to go over on one of these guys. So far, the Iron Man is starting to get set up a little better. So I think I'm going to bank on going, getting him. I'm going to start decking him out more than the Giant Man, I think, because I get the discount on his stuff. So I'm going to give him the Honorary Avenger for now. Okay. So far, so good, guys. I think we're doing okay. We've got some synergy going on. We got our guy he's set up. He's going to start supporting his team, right, with these med teams and stuff. And we're continuing to get our Captain Marvel set up as well. So we're going to get 2 threat here. And she's first player, so he's going to scheme against her. That's 2, and then if you're in hero form, which we're not, so that is not relevant. So he just gets 2 threat. And then he would try to attack Black Panther, but he's stunned. What a loser. Let me get encounter cards. We get this guy. We're going to want to kill him, which we should be able to do pretty easily with our Panther claws, although we don't have a Wakanda. We've actually seen a lot of our Wakandas go into the discard pile here. I think all of them are in there. But we were able to get a lot of our upgrades down, so on the next deck cycle, I mean, we're going to be in a good spot. Okay, 2 of these guys. Sweet. Cool, so nothing really to have to get rid of again. Wow, yeah, he gets piercing. He knocks through the tough. That's definitely something to consider for the Muster Courage card that I was planning on playing. It kind of reduces the effectiveness of that just a tad. So that's something to consider. Yeah, I think I've done everything right to this point. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So I think I'm going to continue with the strategy of flipping every turn, both of my guys, because they both are giving me a lot when I flip. And then that prevents too much crazy stuff from happening. So let's just see how this is going to play out. So he's got, now we want both of these med teams to go down. So we've obviously, I think we're probably just going to flip and then draw the 2 and then just see what's going to happen from that point on. I think Giant Man's going to kill one of these guys. The Panther Claws are going to kill the other guy. Or wait, we don't have the Wakanda. Let's just go ahead and focus on, I guess it's deciding on thwarting or not. I usually always just thwart. Makes an undefended attack against you. Discard a support. I don't want that to happen. He's going to be flipping. So I'm just going to thwart with this guy. I'm going to flip. Golden City. Draw 2 cards. It's these 2. So this Ancestral Knowledge, I don't think I've ever played this. Choose 3 different cards in your discard pile. Shuffle them into your deck. So that's really interesting. I might actually want to do that. I don't know. Because I can put the Wakandas in there. I don't think I've ever played that card. I really don't like Brother Voodoo here because there's not really like a whole lot of events I'm trying to get. Like the Wakandas are gone. Let's see how many first aids are in here. I mean, there's 1 first aid. Like, I guess he's got a pretty good chance of drawing that first aid. But these med teams, I think, are just like straight up better. So let's see here. I'm going to be pretty maxed out if I play both med teams. And then I can't really Ancestral Knowledge unless I get this card. And then I can shuffle the Wakandas in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's an interesting decision point. I could hold the Ancestral Knowledge for next turn, and then I will draw 5 cards. I'll have a couple left in my deck, and then I can play it next turn, and then just put all the Wakandas in there and draw them at the end. Although that's a little bit, yeah, I could play it and actually draw them. This is an alter ego action. Okay, so next turn, right, I'll draw 5. I'll have Ancestral Knowledge in my hand. There'll be 2 cards left in my deck. I'll play Ancestral Knowledge. I'll put the Wakandas into my deck, and then I'll draw 2. And there will be 3 Wakandas in the final 5. That seems like a decent idea. Now, if I can give the card here from Captain Marvel over here, then I can play this Ancestral Knowledge, and that just might just be straight up better. So let me just see how my turn is looking over here. I want to play Alpha Flight Station for a card. So I will use Captain Marvel's helmet to play that. And then I'll need to discard a card. Let's say it's going to be Energy Channel to then draw 2 cards. So then I'll have Energy still, and Sky Cycle will be on Iron Man. So I'll have Energy, 2 additional cards, and just wanting to play the Spider-Woman. So I might get another upgrade or an Honorary Avenger or something. So I don't think I actually need this card from Captain Marvel, so I'm going to go ahead and actually draw that card. Okay, that's pretty interesting stuff, man. Very weird. Very, very weird. What do you even do with that? Makes the math so weird on these Met teams. Okay. I guess, can I do 2 med teams and Clea? That's 8 money. I think so. That's pretty good. So we got, can I? Let's see. Yes. Okay. So the power protection for Clea. And then I've got 2 med teams. So 3 money med team. And then I've got 3 money for another med team. Now, gonna do this thing. He's at 2 damage now. He lost his last counter. I think I actually forgot to deal the damage with him last time. I stunned, but I'm not gonna get a take back on that. She can thwart for 1. Although, let's see, maybe she can participate in trying to kill somebody. is he can just do 3 right now. So 1 damage is also pretty good. Okay, I'll do the damage. Now we have med team over here. I'll just leave this at 0. He's taking no damage, so I don't have to get rid of my token. All right, so far so good. So I'm going to go ahead and I already used her on him, but I will get Alpha Flight Station down. And I'll use Alpha Flight Station to draw 2 cards. Okay, very weird. Very weird. Because now I want Ronan. Because he's the other, remember he's the other guy I want to build up, but confusing the villain's also pretty good. But I can't not play the Ronan. That's like the point of the deck, right? So I think the other thing is the rechannel ability. Maybe I do that with like this suit. I don't think I can afford the suit. Because like this right now is just getting played on Iron Man. And then I'm going to get a 3 cost. So I'm going to play one of these guys, and then I just have this suit, so that's kind of awkward. So I can do some big recovery, or I can just plan on energy channel, and then use her to do something. So I'll probably just flip. I do like this card, but it doesn't look like I can really afford it right now. So I'm going to rechannel. So I heal 1, and then I draw a card. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just hold the Ant-Man, I think, for next turn. That's probably what I do. Okay. Now, I have to consider confusing the villain or Ronan, but I think I'm pretty set on Ronan. I think I hold Ant-Man. I think that's the play. So Giant Man can just outright kill that guy. And then Iron Man, he can do 2 + 1. So he can do 3 damage. So he can kill that guy. And then he also has Sky Cycle, so he can ready. And then he can thwart for 2. And then do a damage with the Power Gloves. Captain Marvel can hit the boss. I'll take the 1 thwart with Ronan. I'm actually ready to do another med team over here. Might as well. And then we're keeping the Ant-Man. We decided we were doing that, although we really want upgrades, but Ant-Man's pretty good. Okay. All right, so he's gonna get 5. He's gonna come over here. He actually gets 6. Okay. Then Captain Marvel's gonna get 4. Alrighty, let's take a look at our hand real quick before we move on. Another med team, we're just gonna definitely play that. We wanna play Nick Fury as well if we can, so we'll see how this all works out. And all right, so the villain's gonna get 2 threat. He's gonna scheme against T'Challa for 2. No big deal there. He's gonna try to attack again, but he's stunned. We're getting good stunned effects on the boss here. And then we're going to do the encounter cards. That guy and that guy. All right. Okay, so we're coming over here. This is where we're glad we've got the Tricillion. I mean, we can only play one of these guys, but, you know, it is what it is. So these things need to go on one of our dudes. I think, you know, just in a vacuum, Giant Man's better than Ronan. So I think, first of all, we can heal our giant man. Now, I can overpay for the Ant-Man. That seems pretty good. I can do some cycling to heal. The problem is, I mean, I'm agreeing to flip every round, so that's definitely happening. Let's just thwart for 2. And then, am I going to rechannel ability? I have to get rid of one of these cards I really like. Like, I like Sky Cycle, but I also have more of that kind of stuff in here. I think I just rechannel and I heal 1 and draw 1. Okay. And then I will flip. So let's see if I need this card draw. So playing the Maria Hill is also pretty good here because it helps out my teammate. I wasn't originally going to do that, but I did draw a mansion, and I wonder if that can work out. So maybe I discard Ant-Man because I can only play one guy anyways with Alpha Flight. And that lets me then draw 2. So obviously I can Helicarrier here. And then I can use Helicarrier and this mansion to play Maria Hill. I can then draw a card to play the suit. I mean, that's pretty good. I can save the card draw for my partner here. Conversely, I could draw the card and get the mansion down instead of Helicarrier, because mansion could be pretty good for me because it helps me get to cards that I need faster. Like, at some point I'm going to have enough resources and stuff. I'm going to want cards. So I think maybe I do that. Let me see if this guy needs cards. I don't think he does. He can do his Golden City right now. Let's just see what's going to happen here. Okay, so we just got decked out. So he draws 1 more card. And then he gets an encounter card. I mean, I think he's going to be good. He's got... it's hard to do the math, but I can't imagine. It's going to be... I just want mansion. I'm just going to go for it. It's hard for me to just math it all out, so... Okay. Can't play the Honorary Avenger. I need to keep that in mind, so... Let me just see this here. So if I got Helicarrier, use Helicarrier plus 2. Yeah, it's not quite going to work. So, all right. I was thinking if I could get the Helicarrier too, I wouldn't be able to play Maria Hill, which I want to do. But all right, we'll play the mansion, and then we can no longer play Honorary Avengers. We can play Maria Hill, and we draw a card, and our partner draws a card. And then our plan was just to drop a suit on Giant Man. Okay. So that's the end of the buy stuff during my turn phase. And now I proceed to the start killing stuff on the board phase. So I'm going to kill that guy, and I get an encounter card. And then Iron Man is currently hitting for 2 plus 1. So why don't I do this? Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Guess hit the boss. 2 plus 1. Sky Cycle, ready. And then I will hit him for 3. Kill him, and we get another encounter card. So good thing we're getting set up, because we got all those guys that give us the extra encounter cards this turn, so it's going to get a little crazy. So Mansion lets me draw a card over here. This is getting absurd. Let's go ahead and heal our guy. Like, how much stuff can we get down? Like, that's all we're looking at. First aids aren't really relevant right now. Shiri is a guy, like, or a girl. She's a blocker, you know. She can be used for that. Med teams, we want to play those. I think we probably just get Nick Fury and then proceed from there. So I think we do that. And then we draw 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3. Okay. So cards I would want to get here would be like things like Mansion and Med Team and Helicarrier. Those are my priorities. So how much of that can I get down? So if I use, let's say I use these 3 for Helicarrier. I use the Helicarrier plus 1, 2, 3 to get a Mansion. I use the card draw for Mansion to get the Med Team. That seems pretty good. So these 3 gives me Helicarrier, and these 3 give me the Mansion. I draw a card from the Mansion, and then I get another Med Team. Okay. So nothing to do here except for hit with Fury for 2, and then he can flip and hit for 2. And I think I'm going to save these guys as blockers. Pretty sure. Okay. Nothing to Med Team. So far, you know, going as planned. Again, I mean, we're just facing a Crossbones. I don't know the difficulty level of this, but I think we're doing pretty good. So 5, there's the Wakandas, and then 6 for this guy. All right, so he's going to get 2 threat. He's going to scheme against us, against Captain Marvel here for 5. Token. He's going to attack Black Panther. He's going to do the machine gun first. That's for 2. Black Panther will block with Fury. Fury will die from that. 3 damage, or 2 damage rather. Let me do encounter cards. Alright, so we got Madam Hydra. Cannot take damage while the Legions of Hydra side scheme is in play, which it's currently not. We got this guy, he's got quick strike, but we're an alter ego, so that's good timing there. So Legions of Hydra, so this is a thing. You should read, if she's not in play, look for her and put her in play, then shuffle the encounter deck, place 2 additional threat here for each Hydra minion. So we have, or each Hydra enemy. So we have a Hydra enemy here, here, and here. So we have 3 Hydras, 2 per Hydra. So this is going to be at 9. We got that guy again. I hope I honored the guard and didn't attack the boss while they were still alive. That's something I might have done. Villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. That's pretty crazy. So one question I have is if I get to retaliate the machine gun. I don't think I do, but like, all right. So the minion's gonna attack, or the boss is gonna attack me. That's gonna clear off these counters. And we're gonna do this. So that's 2. And then he's going to attack me, and I'm gonna defend that with Clea. If you're in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Do not deal any boost cards. Okay, so then Clea dies, but Clea has a thing when she dies. She gets shuffled into my deck. So she died, and then I'm in hero form, and so then I get attacked again. And so then I will block that with Iron Fist. Although maybe I have ally limit problem over here. Sure, I'll block that with Maria Hill. And then she will die. Then this guy is going to hit me for 2, and then I believe I retaliate him for 1. Okay. Now it's our turn. All right. It's getting kind of crazy, huh, guys? So Wakandas are pretty good here. Can start doing a lot with those. I think Honorary Avenger is a little bit... I guess Muster Courage is decent. I don't really have enough money for that. These are all hero actions. I just don't know if... I mean, I'm going to be flipping. I just don't know. It's very weird because I need to do a lot of these things on my actual... as hero actions. I want to recover, although the Wakandas do help me heal. Why don't I would need 5 resources to play the Muster Courage in both Wakandas and then flip and draw 2. That just seems wasteful and weird. I just don't think I can do it. So I don't know if Muster Courage is really going to happen. Obviously giving 2 guys tough might be good because we don't really have a lot of allies to block this turn. Maybe I need to do it. All right, let's do it then. So card draw from Commander. Oops. Ooh, Wakanda. I don't know if that's actually good. Oh man, the plot thickens. I don't think I can do all these Wakandas. But they're so crazy when you have 4 things down. I guess I just do all the Wakandas and then just hope Iron Fist is enough to block with. Just go from there. Alright. So, I mean, everything in my hand is playable, so it becomes a situation where maybe I save the resources for somebody else. Conversely, I could play an Honorary Avenger and then use my Helicarrier. I think that's reasonable. So why don't we get an Honorary Avenger down over here on Iron Man. Then I'll start doing Wakandas. So I'll play Wakanda forever. I think I discarded. I used Helicarrier and discarded, yeah. So there's Wakanda, number 1. So killing the villain and the bad guys is pretty good right now, but I have to get rid of the side scheme first, right? So yeah, the 4 damage is pretty crazy. I think we just focus on threat removal. So we do 1 damage to the boss. We'll do 1 damage to this guy. I just go in order. And then I do 2 damage to something. That will kill this guy. I'm going to move 1 damage from my guy to an enemy. So I guess we'll move it to this guy. And then we'll thwart for 2. Okay. And then we're just going to do Wakanda number 2. I think we're doing the same thing. So we're going to do 1 damage to this guy and the villain. We're going to do 2 damage to the boss. Going to move a damage from our guy to an enemy. So we'll kill this guy. Actually, let's not do that. We'll get him with the next Wakanda. And then we'll thwart for 2. Okay, we'll do another one. So 1 to the boss, 1 to this guy. That kills him. When defeated, we get an encounter card. Oh, you know what? We kind of messed that up, actually, because he had guard. I think we messed that up pretty good, but you know, it's going to be too hard to take it back. Sorry, guys. I'm doing my best. All right, so it looks like we're flipping this guy. All right. So he gets an upgrade. That's what happens here. Okay, we don't like that. All right. So we'll move a damage. He gets 32. Okay, and then remove 2. Remove 2. I think that's it. We're saving him as a blocker. Although we were going to flip and then just draw 2 and see if any of them are playable. Not playable. Not playable. Okay. Now, we could... I don't know what's left in here, but... could give him like 1 more card, maybe. Let's see. Let's do 1. Let's do his own mansion. How's that? Perfect. So we get Black Widow. And then she can thwart for 2 on the main scheme. Okay. He's a blocker. Nothing to med team yet. Okay. So Iron Man needs inspired. We know that for sure. He's going to get that right now. I think I'm going to move Ronan over here because we're getting kind of crazy. I already used that. I have this one. Draw a card. Things I'm probably not going to do would be maybe first aid. I could probably ditch that. Am I going to do photonic blast? I mean, that might actually be good to kill her, but I can probably kill her with other stuff pretty easily. I don't really have any yellow to like do it. So I think I'm going to Alpha Flight with the photonic blast. Maybe the first aid. Let's use the first aid. And then I think I am ready to flip. So still no yellow to do the blast. It's a little weird. All right, I want to play these for sure. Nothing. I mean, the Genius does help me play this photonic blast, which is interesting. It just does 5 though. It seems kind of weak. Let me just think this through. So I could do photonic blast and then the 2 upgrades, and that would be like all of my resources. I'll just do it. So I have to thwart the side scheme first. So I don't really have a way to thwart 1. So I'm just going to thwart for 2. You know what else I would like to do is get rid of this upgrade. Blue, red. Yeah, I'm not going to photonic blast. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of the upgrade. I did blue, red. discard that. And then it looks like I think I'm keeping up. I mean, I think I'm keeping up with like these med teams. I don't think I really need Honorary Avenger. I think I'd rather have Energy Channel. So I think I'm going to put Energy Channel over here. And then I'm going to give Giant Man some stuff. So he's pretty decked out now. So right now, Giant Man, he hits for 4 base with his guy, plus 1. So he's 5 base, plus the gloves. So he's just going to kill Madame Hydra, just straight up. She's dead. So Iron Man, he's going to be able to thwart for 3 and then do a damage with the gloves. And then I have Sky Cycle to ready him. And then I can do the same thing. Thwart for 2 and do a damage. And now the med teams come into play. So actually, I want to get them to the deck before I recycle it. So I'm going to heal both of these guys. Max heal. So these are gone. So I'm about to shuffle. So I kind of want to get those back in before I shuffle. That's something to consider there. So one thing I've noticed in this game, it's been highly effective to have them alternating every single round. It's like been very good. There hasn't been a round where there's been like a lopsided sort of thing on one side. All right. So looking at our hand, we got some pretty good stuff. We got Nick Fury, obviously, over here. Only one Wakanda, but we have a Brother Voodoo here. I don't actually know. How many Wakandas are in the discard? Okay, there's one more Wakanda in these 2 cards. So Brother Voodoo is going to get us another Wakanda, it would appear as if. Plus we have the Golden City. So yeah, this is going to get pretty crazy. We might even be able to just win. We're probably just going to win this turn. So 3 threat here for our guy. And he is going to scheme against T'Challa for 2. And then he will attack Captain Marvel. I think we can pretty safely block with Iron Fist. Villain is tough. Give the villain tough if you cannot heal. Okay. Alright. So he gets tough. Iron Fist dies. And then we do encounter cards. So I'm in Alter Ego. The villain schemes. And if they have a weapon, it gains Surge. He has no weapon, but he will scheme. So he'll scheme for 3. Okay, we got Legions of Hydra. So we're going to go and get Madame Hydra again. So we do that first. So she comes into play with me. And then now there's 2 Hydras. So only 2 this time. So this will only have 7 on it. And then she doesn't scheme there. So we got an expert card. All right, so we Surge, reveal the top card. Okay. All right, so Insight 1, and then we're going to discard until we get a weapon for Crossbones. That is a weapon. That's Retaliate 1. That thing's got to go. And then we got the Flame Soldier. Okay. And we're so far ahead now that I think we need to focus on trying to wax him. I mean, if I can get rid of this, get rid of Tough, and do 29. I mean, I just don't know. I think if I had a Sky Cycle for Giant Man, I could get there, but I don't know. could calculate it out. I mean, at the deal, it's like a lot of math. I don't think I can get there, like I said. He's going to draw enough over there. Why don't I draw some of his cards with my guy? I can only draw one. Okay. Let me just go ahead and draw. Oops. I don't know why I did that yet. Wasn't supposed to do that. Let me just get a new one. My bad. I draw here. These aren't very good. I was trying to get like a sky cycle or something like that, but that was a little greedy, I guess. Could inspire the Ronin. That's a reasonable play. I could play Nick Fury. I think I'm gonna try to go into the boss. So I'll just hit the main scheme threat, I think. So let's do this. That's a little awkward. I guess I'm going to do a little bit of both. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I'm just going to play defensive. It's hard for me to commit. 3, and then if I do this, he gets retaliate on me. Guess I shouldn't have done that yet. Too late, I guess. Okay. Should have gotten rid of the upgrade first. All right. Let's go ahead and thwart for 2. Flip. Draw a card. Team training is pretty good. These 4 cards are like the weakest. I think I'm going to do Nick Fury. Draws me 3. There's a sky cycle. Okay, things are starting to get a little bit more interesting now. Need yellow and blue. I guess Quinn Carrier would have been good for that. I flipped before I got rid of the upgrade. That's really bad. Oh boy. It's a hero action. Oh my god. Get wrecked. Okay, so I'm not hitting the boss with Captain Marvel. I really goofed on that. Sorry, guys. Let's wait. Let's Alpha Flight. Discard Reinforced Suit to draw 2. So I have too many guys. I can't play any more guys, unfortunately. Because I do like my guys. So it just looks like yellow and... yeah, I can't even get rid of that. It sucks. Man, that was so dumb. So I'm going to play Inspired on Ronin, and then I'll play Sky Cycle on Giant Man. So now these guys are fully decked out. Looks like Honorary Avenger can go here just in case. And let's put it on Ronin just in case. Okay. So we're not hitting the boss with this guy. We're going to have to get that off of there with Black Panther, hopefully. That's what it looks like. A little awkward. So this guy just right now hits. He's fully loaded. So he's got 4 base, 1, 5, 6. So he can just wax Madam Hydra if I can thwart for 2 to get rid of the side scheme. So I will do that. That's gone. So Madam Hydra is gone. I can sky cycle to ready. And then I think I'm actually gonna thwart for 1, 2, 3. And then do a damage to this guy. And then I'll just finish him off with Ronin, who could actually do 4. But I'm just wanting to like stall so I don't do retaliate to myself. Kind of goofed up that turn, but I don't remember if the hard thing is like remembering some of these things like Carol Danvers, if I used her ability to draw a card. I don't think I did. I think I drew at the mansions and then I did the rechannel. So I'm going to draw here. And then we got some good stuff here. So we can Golden City to draw. And I guess before we forget, we can do a med team. We're going to want to get rid of this thing. Yellow is going to have to be either a Wakanda or something else. So yellow, blue. I don't have a lot of yellow blue that I don't like. It's probably going to be these two guys. Oh, I have to flip first. Okay. I think I'm done in Alter Ego anyways. So now I can get rid of that thing. All right. The nightmare is over. Okay. So I like Iron Fist. So I'll play him. I get the 2 counters. Attack the boss. Sorry, there was 2 counters only. Remove a counter, take a damage. Boss gets hit for 2. Gets stunned. And then I can pay with Helicarrier for a Wakanda. And so we're gonna do damage. We'll go ahead and do 2. We're going to move 1. And then we'll thwart for 2. Just setting up for a win next turn. And then we'll do another Wakanda. So we'll do a damage. Do 2 damage. Move a damage. Thwart for 2. Thwart for 2. Can play the Honorary Avenger on Giant Man. And she's a blocker. Two-handed is pretty fun. I mean, starting to get the hang of it. It's a little... I think the difficulty for me lies more in just like playing by myself than playing two-handed. It's not that much harder to play two-handed. It's just like playing by myself. Like just remembering all the triggers, like I said. Somebody's going to go back and... I mean, I caught a couple of my own mistakes, but somebody might go back and be like, hey, you know, you forgot to do this the entire game, or like really messed up on that. You suck, poem, or something like that. But yeah, it can be hard to have the confidence to you know, to play by yourself and not necessarily play with a buddy that's like a little bit better and remembers things a little bit better than you. But it's enjoyable and fun and worth doing and highly encouraged. So let's keep going here. He gets 3 threat. I'm first player. He's going to scheme here for 4. A little bit of lag there. And then he'll try to attack. He's just getting stunned. the protection has a lot of good stuff. I mean, this Iron Fist has just been wrecking this Crossbones this game. This guy's friggin' phenomenal. What a card. So this guy, don't care about him. 2 damage or 1 threat on the main scheme. Sure, I'll take 2 damage. This guy, don't care about that. This thing, discard an upgrade or a support. So I think we don't need the Golden City anymore. We're just gonna kill him. All right. So let's let him, Black Panther, draw 3 cards. One with Captain Marvel there, Carol Danvers. See if I can get a bunch of Wakandas and win for fun. Nope. I can give everybody tough before the game ends. That'll be fun. I can get, how much tough can I give out? So let's do muster courage. So play only if your identity has Avenger, which mine does. Give 3 friendly characters tough, where tough is X is equal to the villain stage number. He's in stage 3, so I give 3 guys tough. So we lost Fury there, my bad. So 3 guys get tough. So these guys are gonna go out with a bang. It's tough. You're so tough, dude. You guys are tough, man. Good job. And then I don't think I can give out the other tough and then still get all the Wakandas. I still want everybody to be tough though, you know what I mean? Here, let's heal Black Widow. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's attack with her. This is funny. Okay, I do a damage. Alright. Let's attack with Iron Fist also. He's gonna do 2. Do 2. And then I'm gonna give all of my guys tough with muster courage. You guys are tough. Dang. Perfect. Now I'll play Wakanda forever. Alright. So we're gonna do a damage. We're gonna do move a damage. Remove a threat. And then these claws do 4. Alright. End of turn. Alpha Flight. You guys are seeing where this is going. Discard that. Draw 2. Just having some fun here. You can see like how I just want to try to show the top end like of what you can do, you know. I want to win with like all the stuff gone and me kicking his actual butt. Let's do blue. I need to flip. Okay, let's do flip, do blue and red to get rid of that. I don't like that thing. We can play a Maria Hill because I have Tricillion. I can draw a card. I can do my re-channel ability to heal 1 and draw 1. And then I can put Sky Cycle down over here. And I can make Maria Hill an honorary Avenger. Welcome to the club. All right. And so then after all that, he's not actually as tough as we thought. But you can see this gives him an additional activation, like in a pinch if that was needed. You know, so he can do 5 plus 1. Let's just kill that guy. We don't like that guy. Plus 1. Then he can Sky Cycle ready and hit again. Do 5 plus 1. And then Captain Marvel can do 2. And our new friend, Maria Hill, who just became an Avenger. I guess actually let's get rid of the threat too. All right. So again, we can use him. Doesn't use a counter, so we can just remove that, and he can thwart for 3. Can Sky Cycle ready. We can use him to thwart for 3. And I guess actually he's going to be the one to kill because of the Power Glove. Sweet. That seemed incredibly good and incredibly fun. That was the thing, is like, you know, I've been playing these leadership decks, but I wanted to have like 3 guys, and I felt like the only way to really sustain that was with the med team. So we actually went through almost all 3 med teams. So we had, you know, we got 8 heals for 2. So we got 16 additional activations out of these guys. Now, obviously, Iron Man didn't look like he might have needed it. I mean, but between the team training, the honorary Avengers, and the reinforced suit, like he kind of wasn't going anywhere. But you can see like where, I mean, I would have been It would have been interesting to see how this would have gone if I didn't have all those stun effects from Iron Fist, because that was just like so crazy. I didn't really need to like have an extra ally on hand at all times. So that's where like maybe there's an argument to try to get the second rapid response in your deck somewhere, so that you can like start just bringing back like either your Maria Hill or your Nick Fury. So before you guys go, one card that I didn't include in the deck that I wanted to talk to you guys about, that some of you might be interested in wondering why it's not in the deck, would be this card right here, Inspiring Presence. So obviously it makes a lot of sense for this to go in because it gives you an additional ready. But when you think about it, it's like 2 cards that basically heals for 1. Readying to me is like not really that big of a deal. Like you have Sky Cycle to do that. I'm playing the long game here, right? Like I'm not trying to like rush the boss really. I'm just trying to stabilize and things like that. Of all the, in comparison compared to the actual upgrades, like this card's weaker compared to Honorary Avenger. It's weaker. Compared to First Aid, obviously it's weaker, because you heal 2 with First Aid, and so that gives you 2 activations from your guys. So if you're playing the long game and trying to keep all 3 of your guys alive, I think this card is like kind of not good enough. I've tested with it a lot. I just don't think there's room in the deck. I mean, I already have a 50 card deck, and it's like every single card I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a great card, I want to play that. Like every basic and leadership card, that is. You can see here how many actual Captain Marvel cards I've actually played is very few. I played Alpha Flight Station, Energy Channel, and I just used her resource engine, like her card draw engine here, the healing that can happen naturally, and just this 3-cost card is just absolutely insane. You sometimes can get these photonic blasts off. Those can be helpful to clear some minions and stuff. The one time I had it and I wanted to play it, I didn't have an energy resource, because I definitely didn't like build around that card. But like this card, you know, like compared to a leadership card, like this Cosmic Flight, it just seems like just a dumpster fire. Like it's just not as good. But I do like getting energy channels down, because it helps clean up your turns. You can always plan for that and get that, filled out and do some damage that way as well. So yeah, the actual Marvel cards, like trying to play this card, like get this card down to get aerial so you can play this card, it's just not really. I just don't recommend that. I don't know, but to each their own, I guess. I don't know. Seems like the weakest of all the different things we've been doing in here. So what else is there? Obviously, the Spider Woman came up at a weird time when I had the Ronin, and so I had to make a tough decision there. But I do like Spider Woman, obviously. She's very good. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the helmet's kind of a dumpster fire. Again, you need to have aerial. I mean, that's pretty good. +2 defense if you have aerial. So I don't know. I guess like you could make a case for trying to get these two down and then doing this thing. But like, is that as good as everything else we were spending our resources on? I don't think so. But anyhow. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely, I don't have comments turned on my YouTube channel just because I'm a teacher and, you know, I've had students get in there and try to say dumb stuff. If you have any feedback for me on this, you can definitely get involved in our Discord. If you need a Discord invite, you can just message me on Poem on Discord. If you want to get involved in the Discord, you can always comment in there on the content that we release. If you have any ideas for other two-handed, pairings, either with aspects or characters or anything like that, definitely let me know because I'd be interested in trying that out in future videos. For people that might be interested. But I think in general, you can't really go wrong with this whole like med team, muster courage thing to try to heal these allies. But there might be other combos out there as well that I hadn't considered as far as natural two-handed pairings. And I think it interests me to try to deck build two-handed because I feel like building the solo decks is a little bit, kind of builds itself. But if I can figure out optimized pairings, I think that's interesting. So definitely shoot me your ideas on that. And if you made it this far, you're my hero. See you later.